Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to kind of sit down with you and share something exciting for me, and also just share some of the things to lead to this thing that's exciting, but the process leading up to it isn't very much so. So if you've been following along, whether on this channel or my other channels, you must know that I have been on the health weight loss journey for quite some time now. I started Beachbody in 2019 just as a customer, and I have been doing it religiously, working out almost every single day since then, whether it's active recovery or doing some sort of treadmill, elliptical, or a bike, and then doing the programs as well for weightlifting, most of them. So I have quite enjoyed it, actually enjoyed it tremendously. I've seen huge success so I started in April of 2019, and then by October 2019 I lost a ton of weight. I have seen the health benefits, from sleeping better to more energy and all that stuff, just from like 30 minutes a day. So I followed the 21-day fix. I did dabble a little bit with the to be mindset eating program, but the 21-day fix, the portion control fix is what really got me to lose weight. And then I was able to keep most of the weight off throughout the holidays, and then up until about March. Now, myself, I don't know how about you guys, but me personally, I don't do well with change, and it takes me a long time to get out of the rut of the change. So March 2020, big change happened with not just me, but most of the world. And although I kept up with the exercise, my day-to-day life changed significantly from, staying, although I work from home, I wasn't working till about June, and then even with that, so many changes came with that. So, and like I said, it took, I didn't do quite well with that. I couldn't seem to grasp my eating, because I am an emotional eater. So anytime there's an emotional distraction of any sort, whether it's happy or sad, I tend to resort to food. So, but I did kept up with my workouts, because like I said, the sleeping was so much improved, the mental health in other aspects other than eating was pretty good, and all that stuff. And I do kind of blamed the working out, the benefits from working out were the results of feeling better in all those areas. So, but I did struggle with eating, and then without having the opportunities to go out and eat, I seem to have started baking things that I wouldn't have normally baked, and I had improved my bread making skills. I've improved my French baguette making skills and all this stuff, and we were just eating all the time, I feel like. So then last year, I also in June, so 2021, had decided not to do home daycare anymore, which was a big part of my life for 25 years almost. So, and I remember even when I started with the daycare, I had put on some pounds because it was a change. I was at home all the time. Had access to the fridge all the time. It was just such a big change for me. So, and it took me several years to kind of get the grasp of it and figure out a plan and organize myself when I'm home with the daycare and with my personal eating. So I feel like that's what at the point where I'm at now, year and a half later, I am finally figuring things out, and I'm finally seeing what works, what doesn't when it comes to eating. So I had really buckled down in September and decided this is it. Like, I need to change my eating because I have reached the point of where I don't want to pass with my weight. The workouts I have kept up all along. Like, I don't have a problem in that department. I know that a lot of people struggle with that, but I have been active most of my life, on and off, and so it wasn't the hardest thing to get into. It was hard, I'm not gonna admit. Like, starting a workout program is, I always find it's hard at the beginning, because you set expectations on yourself that you think, you know, you're gonna lift as much as they do in the program, you're gonna do things that they're doing, whereas I kind of took a different approach in April of 2019, and I pretty much told myself, do as much as you can. You know, start off, you know, if the workout is half an hour and you can only do 20 minutes, 10 minutes, do that, but do something every single day that's better than the day before. And that's exactly what I did. I was able to pull through the whole 30 minutes, but a lot of the workouts were done with no weights, even though the weights, it was weights that you use, but I either used no weights or very low weights until I had built up enough endurance, and then I went and did more and more. And I started off with 21 Day Fix, and I had repeated it until I was confident that I had mastered that program, and then I moved on to 21 Day Fix Extreme. And then from there I did the same thing. I repeated the program several times, and then when I felt confident enough that I had it down pat, like it was exactly, you know, this was part of me now, I am working out, I went to 80-Day Obsession, which was an 80-day program, but the workouts were now anywhere from 45 to an hour, whereas before they were 30 minutes. So that was how I had advanced, kind of challenged myself, and I stuck to that program again, starting at the lowest weights and working my way up to heavier weights, and heavier weights. So that's something that I would recommend to anybody. Do as little as you can. Even if the first week that when you commit to a program or anything, any habit changing that you have, is commit to it for, you know, if you haven't, so say for example, if you haven't worked out for a very long time and now you want to start working out, start first week by waking up earlier. If that's what you want to be doing, is doing it in the morning before anybody else gets up, or before work or whatnot. That's when I work out, because I know that I'm going to get my workout in. So start just waking up. First week, just wake up. Your goal is to just wake up at the time. Then the next week, maybe start with, you know, going downstairs and doing little steps, you know, even if it means putting on workout clothes and going downstairs and not working out. Then the third week, start with, you know, do as much as you can every day, you know, increasing it a little bit, even if it's by a minute the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. It is important that you start slow, because if you dive into it full force, you most likely will fail, because it's, especially if you haven't done it in a long time, it's just the way it is. So this is the same approach that I'm taking with my food and my eating and all this stuff. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to be eating, but every Monday is a new day, and then I would, you know, be good Monday, maybe Tuesday, and then go back to, you know, being lazy and, you know, not doing stuff. So I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So instead of trying to, you know, I'm gonna start eating healthy, so I'm going to meal plan, I'm going to track, I'm going to drink water, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and that. And then the Monday rolls around and you're like, You know, you do it for one day, you overwhelm yourself and out the window. That was exactly what was happening with me. So I had set out all the things that I wanted to do, but I split it up. The first week I started with a meal plan, not a meal prep, just a meal plan. The next week I added a tracking. So now I had a meal plan and I started tracking. So I started writing down all the food that I was eating, all the exercise that I was doing, all the sleeping that I was doing, everything that went into my mouth, I wrote it down. Everything that I did physically, I wrote it down. And then I tracked my weight, and kind of you can now see how things are working. So then the third week I committed in doing those two things, but I added making sure that I'm drinking enough water. So every day I would track my water and make sure I'm drinking all of it. Then the fourth week I started with, on a Sunday, of meal prepping. So now I am taking some time out of my weekend to meal prep, whether that's making breakfast bars, making pancakes for the week, making muffins, you know, cutting up veggies, whatever your meal prep is, I put it down. So, but one thing that I did do to make sure that I stay committed, because I do need accountability, and even though I had accountability groups, I wasn't really committing in going in there and recording everything. So I have decided to take one extra step, which is costing me a little bit of more money, not much more, like $20 a month, but to me, I am paying for it now. So I'm trying to commit to it. Is I had decided to become a Beachbody coach, because I want to be able to help people that struggle the same way as I did, because I am going through the same stuff as they are. So I feel like I can relate to them and do this with them together. But also now I have a reason to go in there and do the accountability, you know, hang out in the bod groups with my peeps that are going through the same thing, and actually write stuff, you know, post my struggles, post my wins, you know, track everything in there. So because before it was like, yeah, it's there, but I'm not doing. But now, since I am part of it, and there might be people looking up to me, looking for information from me, so I wanted to make sure that, you know, I had that extra accountability. So that is the exciting news that I had, is becoming a Beachbody coach. I had, like I said, I've been toying this idea. I've been part of Beachbody for a very long time, not being a coach, not even being a preferred customer, just a customer that I had Beachbody on demand, and I did my workouts. I wasn't even taking supplements when I first started. I wasn't doing any of it. I was just had my Beachbody on demand, and then slowly I started adding things to it, just through research and stuff like that, and seeing things that, you know, might help me improve my workouts and my diet and all that stuff. So then I slowly started adding all the other stuff, like starting off with the meal plan and then moving on to other things. So like I said, that's exciting news. The process of getting to the exciting news is not as exciting, but I thought I wanted to share that with you guys. I have a couple different free groups starting up over on Facebook, just to kind of show you what it's all about. I have a crockpot free group starting up soon, and a couple other ones. So I will leave a form down below if that's something that you want to kind of see, check out what it's all about. No strings attached. I will not be bothering you whatsoever. Like, you know, I might ask you a few things, but it's not gonna be no pressure commitment type of thing. So it's just for you to check it out. That's how I started it, and I am so grateful to have, so I'm 45 years old. I have eliminated lower back pain completely through workouts. I am able to manage my blood pressure without medication, and that's just workouts. If I actually committed myself fully before to the nutrition, I mean, the benefits would be so much greater. So if you want to do this with me, if you want to commit yourself to nutrition, to a workout program, start small, start with one step. I will have a form down below, or just shoot me a message and I can get in touch with you, and we can chat and see what it is that you are looking for, and if there's anything that I can help you out with. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little, you know, info video, or what you want now, you know, announcement video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.